Hey there, buckle up for an incredible journey through history. Imagine a world shaped by brilliant minds, daring adventurers, and unstoppable forces of change. Who are the people who have left an everlasting mark on humanity? Today we're diving into the lives of the most influential figures of all time with our top 100 list. From inventors who changed how we live to leaders who reshaped nations, this is a story of inspiration, struggle, and triumph. So, grab a snack, get comfy, and let's explore the giants whose shoulders we stand on today. When we think about influence, it's not just about power or fame. It's about ideas that ripple through time, actions that alter the course of history, and legacies that still touch our lives centuries later. This list isn't just a ranking. It's a celebration of human potential. We've scoured history, analyzed impact, and considered how these individuals changed the world in ways big and small. Whether through science, art, politics, or sheer grit, each person here has a story worth telling. Let's start at the very beginning of what makes us human and work our way to the modern era, meeting the trailblazers who defined generations. First, let's go way back, way back, to the dawn of civilization. At number 100, we have Imhotep, an ancient Egyptian polymath who lived around 2700 BCE. Often called the world's first recorded architect, Imhotep designed the step pyramid of Djoser, one of the earliest stone structures in history, standing at about 62 meters tall. But he wasn't just a builder. He was also a physician, priest, and advisor to the pharaoh. His work laid the foundation for engineering and medicine in a time when most of the world was still figuring out basic tools. Imhotep's influence echoes in how we design and heal even today. Moving forward in time, at number 99, we meet Hammurabi, the Babylonian king who ruled around 1800 BCE. Ever heard of an eye for an eye? That comes from Hammurabi's code, one of the first written legal systems. Carved into a massive stone pillar over 2 meters tall, his laws covered everything from trade to family life. While some of his rules seem harsh now, they brought order to a chaotic world and inspired legal systems for centuries. Hammurabi showed us that rules could shape society, a lesson we still live by. Let's jump to number 98 with Confucius, the Chinese philosopher from around 500 BCE. His teachings on morality, respect, and family became the backbone of Chinese culture for over 2,000 years. Confucius believed in living a good life through kindness and duty, not wealth or power. His ideas spread across East Asia, shaping how people think about government, education, and relationships. Even today, his wisdom reminds us to value harmony over conflict. At number 97, we have Archimedes, the Greek genius from the 3rd century BCE. Picture this, a man shouting "Eureka!" as he runs through the streets after a brilliant idea. Archimedes figured out how to measure volume and density, and his inventions, like the Archimedes screw for lifting water, were way ahead of his time. He also designed war machines to defend his city, Syracuse, proving that brains could outmatch brawn. His discoveries in math and physics are still taught in schools, showing how one mind can change the game forever. Now, let's talk about Cleopatra at number 96. Ruling Egypt in the 1st century BCE, she wasn't just a queen. She was a master of strategy and charm. Fluent in 9 languages, Cleopatra kept her kingdom strong by forming alliances with powerful Romans like Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Though her story ends in tragedy, her intelligence and determination made her a legend. She showed the world that a woman could lead with power and grace, inspiring countless stories and films. Moving to number 95, we have Julius Caesar himself. As a Roman general and dictator in the 1st century BCE, Caesar expanded Rome's territory across Europe, crossing the Rubicon River in a bold move that changed history. His reforms, like the Julian calendar, still influence us. Ever wonder why July is named July? That's for him. Though assassinated by his own allies, Caesar's legacy lived on, paving the way for the Roman Empire. His name became synonymous with leadership, for better or worse. At number 94, let's honor Jesus of Nazareth, whose life around the 1st century CE sparked one of the world's largest religions, Christianity. Whether you see him as a spiritual figure or a historical one, his teachings of love, forgiveness, and compassion reshaped how people view morality. His message spread across continents, influencing laws, art, and culture for 2 millennia. Today, billions follow his words, making his impact one of the deepest in history. Now, at number 93, we have Muhammad, the founder of Islam in the 7th century CE. Born in Mecca, he united the Arabian Peninsula under a new faith that emphasized submission to one God. His teachings, recorded in the Quran, guide over 1 billion people today. Muhammad was not just a spiritual leader, but also a military and political figure who built a community based on justice and faith. His influence continues to shape the Middle East and beyond. Let's shift gears to number 92 with Charlemagne, the Frankish king of the 8th and 9th centuries. Crowned Holy Roman Emperor, he united much of Western Europe during the Middle Ages, a time of chaos and division. Standing over 1.8 meters tall, Charlemagne was a giant in every sense, promoting education and Christianity across his empire. His reign laid the groundwork for modern Europe, and his name still stands for unity and strength. At number 91st, we have Leonardo da Vinci, the ultimate Renaissance man of the 15th and 16th centuries. Artist, inventor, scientist, Leonardo did it all. His paintings, like the Mona Lisa, captivate us with their mystery, while his notebooks reveal ideas for flying machines and tanks, centuries ahead of their time. Weighing in at about 70 kilograms as an average man of his era, Leonardo's true weight was in his genius. He showed us that creativity knows no limits, inspiring generations to dream big. Let's keep moving through history and meet more incredible figures. At number 90 we have Isaac Newton, the 17th century English scientist who explained gravity. Ever dropped an apple and wondered why it falls? Newton did, and his laws of motion and universal gravitation became the foundation of physics. His work, done in a quiet study room no bigger than 5 meters by 5 meters, changed how we understand the universe. Newton's ideas still guide space exploration today. At number 89, we have Queen Elizabeth I, who ruled England in the 16th century. During her reign, England defeated the Spanish Armada in a naval battle over 300 kilometers from shore, securing her nation's place as a world power. Elizabeth never married, earning the nickname Virgin Queen, and focused on strengthening her country through exploration and the arts. Her era saw the rise of Shakespeare, and her leadership proved women could rule with iron will. Now, at number 88, let's talk about Napoleon Bonaparte, the French emperor of the early 19th century. Standing just 1.68 meters tall, Napoleon was small in stature, but huge in ambition. He conquered much of Europe, leading armies across thousands of kilometers, from Spain to Russia. His legal reforms, like the Napoleonic Code, still influence laws worldwide. Though his empire fell, his drive and vision made him a symbol of determination. At number 87, we have Albert Einstein, the 20th century physicist who gave us EMCE. Born in Germany, Einstein reshaped science with his theory of relativity, explaining how time and space bend. His ideas, developed in a modest office, led to technologies like GPS and nuclear energy. Weighing about 75 kilograms during his life, Einstein carried the weight of genius, showing us the universe is far stranger and more wonderful than we ever imagined. Let's go to number 86 with Martin Luther King Jr., the American civil rights leader of the 20th century. His "I Have a Dream" speech, delivered to over 250,000 people in Washington, D.C., became a cry for equality. Standing on steps just a few meters from the Lincoln Memorial, King inspired millions to fight for justice without violence. His work helped end segregation in the U.S., and his message of hope still resonates around the world. At number 85, we have Steve Jobs, the tech visionary who co-founded Apple in the late 20th century. From a garage in California, Jobs built a company worth over $2 trillion today. His creations, like the iPhone, changed how we communicate, work, and play. Weighing around 65 kilograms in his later years, Jobs carried a relentless passion for innovation. He showed us that design and technology could transform lives. This is just the start of our top 100, and we've already met architects, kings, philosophers, and dreamers. But there are so many more stories to tell. Let's keep going with number 84, Marie Curie, the pioneering scientist of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Born in Poland, she discovered radioactivity, a term she coined herself. Working in a lab no bigger than 10 meters square, she handled dangerous materials to unlock the secrets of atoms. Her discoveries earned her 2 Nobel Prizes and paved the way for cancer treatments. Weighing just 50 kilograms, Curie's strength was in her mind, proving that curiosity can change the world. At number 83, we have Mahatma Gandhi, the leader of India's non-violent independence movement in the 20th century. Wearing simple clothes and weighing under 50 kilograms, Gandhi walked over 380 kilometers in the Salt March to protest British rule. His belief in peace over violence inspired civil rights movements globally, from South Africa to the U.S. Gandhi showed that one voice, no matter how quiet, can shake empires. Let's travel back to number 82 with William Shakespeare, the English playwright of the 16th and 17th centuries. From a small theater in London, just 30 meters across, Shakespeare wrote plays and sonnets that capture the human heart. His words like, "to be or not to be," are quoted worldwide, even 400 years later. His stories of love, tragedy, and comedy shaped literature and language, making him a cultural giant. At number 84, we have Nelson Mandela, South Africa's first black president in the late 20th century. After spending 27 years in a prison cell just 2 meters by 5 meters, Mandela emerged to lead his nation out of apartheid. His forgiveness and vision for unity inspired the world, showing that even after suffering, reconciliation is possible. Mandela's legacy proves that leadership isn't about power, it's about healing. We've covered ground from ancient pyramids to modern tech, but let's keep the momentum. At number 80, we have Christopher Columbus, the 15th century explorer who sailed across the Atlantic. Covering over 6,000 kilometers in tiny ships, he reached the Americas in 1492, opening the door to the age of exploration. Though controversial today, his voyages connected continents and changed global trade forever. At number 79, we have Karl Marx, the 19th century thinker whose ideas on capitalism and class struggle shaped the modern world. Writing in a cramped London library, Marx co-authored The Communist Manifesto, a book just 10 centimeters thick but heavy with revolutionary ideas. His theories inspired movements across the globe, for better or worse, showing how words can spark massive change. Now, at number 78, let's meet Ada Lovelace, the world's first computer programmer from the 19th century. Working on a machine called the analytical engine, Lovelace wrote notes that included the first algorithm, spanning pages over 30 centimeters long. Her vision of computers doing more than math was prophetic, earning her a place as a tech pioneer. She showed that women have always been at the forefront of innovation. At number 77, we have Winston Churchill, the British leader who guided his nation through World War II. From a bunker just a few meters underground, Churchill delivered speeches that rallied a nation under attack. His defiance against tyranny, broadcast over radio waves thousands of kilometers wide, inspired the Allies to victory. Churchill's courage reminds us that leadership shines brightest in dark times. Let's hit number 76 with Nikola Tesla, the inventor who electrified the modern world in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Born in Serbia, Tesla's ideas on alternating current-powered homes and cities, spanning networks over hundreds of kilometers. Though he died poor, with just a few dollars to his name, his genius lit up the future. Tesla's story teaches us that true wealth is in ideas, not money. We're only a fraction through our list, and already we've seen how diverse influence can be. From spiritual leaders to scientists, warriors to writers, each person shaped a piece of our world. Let's keep exploring with number 75, Cleopatra's earlier counterpart, Hatshepsut, one of Egypt's few female pharaohs from the 15th century BCE. Ruling for over 20 years, she built temples like the one at Deir el-Bahri, stretching over 100 meters long. Her peaceful reign brought wealth through trade routes thousands of kilometers wide, proving women could rule with wisdom long before modern times. At number 74, we have Socrates, the Greek philosopher from the 5th century BCE. Teaching in Athens' open squares, just a few meters from curious listeners, Socrates asked big questions about life and ethics. He never wrote anything down, yet his ideas, passed through students like Plato, shaped Western thought. His method of questioning everything still challenges us to think deeper. Now, at number 73, let's meet Genghis Khan, the 13th century Mongol leader who built the largest land empire in history, stretching over 24 million square kilometers. Leading armies on horseback across thousands of kilometers, Genghis united tribes through both conquest and clever alliances. Though feared for his brutality, he also opened trade routes like the Silk Road, connecting east and west. His legacy is a mix of destruction and creation, showing the complex nature of power. At number 72, we have Queen Victoria, who ruled Britain during the 19th century. Her reign, lasting 63 years, saw the British Empire grow to cover over 35 million square kilometers, nearly a quarter of the world's land. From a palace just a few hundred meters wide, Victoria oversaw an industrial boom and cultural shifts. Her era defined an age, and her name still evokes grandeur. Let's round out this segment at number 71 with Thomas Edison, the American inventor of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. From a lab in New Jersey, just 20 meters long, Edison patented over 1,000 inventions, including the light bulb and phonograph. His work, worth millions of dollars even then, brought light and sound into homes worldwide. Edison's persistence, trying thousands of ideas before success, shows that hard work can outshine raw talent. We've met 30 incredible figures so far, and we're not even halfway through. From the ancient sands of Egypt to the electric buzz of modernity, these people remind us of our shared history. Their stories span thousands of years and millions of kilometers, yet they all have one thing in common: they changed the world. Whether through a single idea, a bold action, or a lifetime of struggle, their influence lives on in every corner of our lives. Stick with us as we climb higher on this list, meeting more icons who have shaped everything from science to society. Who's next? You'll just have to wait and see, but I promise, the best is yet to come. Let's keep this journey rolling, uncovering the names that echo through time, inspiring us to dream, create, and push beyond what we thought was possible. History isn't just about the past. It's about understanding who we are today And these 100 people are the key to that story.